What's up, everybody? I'm here with another book review. This time I want to talk about a book in the Spooksville series. This is number 11. This is The Deadly Past. Um, I do want to show this off really quick. This is the thing where if you rent or borrow the book from the library, it's got little stamps on it that they mark off, and this goes all the way to like 1996, which is really cool. The story itself follows Sally, Cindy, Adam, and Watch. They are in a part of Spooksville that they don't go to very often, and they notice that there's this bird flying around, and the bird is getting closer and closer to them, and they notice that this bird is kind of big, and even from a distance it looks big, and it's not right. So the bird starts flying towards the kids, and it turns out to be a pterodactyl. So the pterodactyl ends up attacking the kids, and it scrapes Adam's shoulder, hurts him really bad. The kids end up running into this cave, and they end up taking Watch's shirt and wrapping it around a stick to try to fight back, and they light it on fire, and the bird is trying to attack these kids, and the pterodactyl actually kind of knows that the fire is going to burn out, so it kind of just waits. And when this happens, Sally takes her lighter, and they end up taking Adam's shirt where he doesn't have any blood on it, and they light it on fire. Sally takes her lighter and throws it and busts it, and then lights it on fire to a big flame. The bird tries to attack the kids, try to bite them, and they take the stick and shoves it down its throat. So the pterodactyl ends up running away. So the kids end up leaving and trying to get back home when the pterodactyl returns, and it grabs Cindy and takes her off. And this is essentially where the story kind of branches off into different character perspectives. For those of you who don't know, a lot of these books, they tend to go in different directions with different characters interacting with each other. With this one, Watch ends up getting in a truck, and he hotwires it. He's the only one that can drive, and he goes to save Cindy. Sally ends up going with Adam to warn everybody and trying to get Adam some help. When the kids are in town, they end up running into a kid from the previous book named Bryce, who is riding on another dinosaur, which is like a long-necked dinosaur. And before I jump into that, I do want to say that Watch and Adam kind of briefly talk about what's going on, why do they think this pterodactyl is here, and Watch says that there's some kind of time warp is what he thinks. So this leads to Adam and Bryce talking about this time warp possibility, and he says that there possibly is a time warp, and that he can use the secret path to try to fix it. And he reveals that you could travel through the secret path through time, not just in different dimensions. So yeah. So after this ends up leading another little branch off kind of thing, where Sally and Bryce ends up going back up with Adam, but Adam branches off and he wants to talk to Adam and Templeton about what's going on. And Bryce and Adam, they have like a little disagreement about what they need to do. They need to hurry up and save people or whatever is what Bryce is thinking. But Adam says, as long as you kind of go back in time and save everybody, it's fine, or whatever. So they end up going to Ann Templeton's castle, and she is literally fighting like a T-Rex with like magic powers, like green fire shooting out. Pretty cool stuff. The T-Rex reaches down and it eats one of her trolls. They're trying to fight. Pretty cool stuff. It turns out that Bryce knows a little bit more about what's going on as well. He didn't want to panic anybody about telling them what was going on. And he mentions that there is a place beyond the mountains, and it's like a volcano. And he says that might have something to do with this time warp. So essentially this leads to all of the kids going into this volcano. And Adam talks to Ann Templeton, and she kind of teaches them how to do the secret path without doing all these other extra steps that they had to do. And the chapter with her and Ann Templeton are always pretty interesting. This one was pretty interesting as well. And he was talking to her, and she mentioned something about like she can't tell him exactly what to do. Like he has to figure some things out by himself in order to, get the big picture and stuff. So very interesting. It seems like there's something more going on here. I do want to mention too, there is a chapter with Cindy where she is the pterodactyl takes her to a nest, and the pterodactyl has like eggs, and the eggs are hatching and different things like that. Watch ends up saving her, and they talk about things, and Cindy reveals that Adam is her boyfriend now, but like he doesn't know that he's her boyfriend, which was very sweet, very cool stuff. Um, they all end up at the volcano, and inside the volcano, well, outside the volcano, they actually see something parked. And I didn't know this story was going to go in this kind of direction, which I was fine with. But there was not much there when it came to this. The dinosaurs were much more interesting in my opinion, but we only get like three dinosaurs. I mean, unless you count the baby pterodactyls too, so that's like what, six? Yeah, there's not much. And for a dinosaur to be advertised on the cover, I kind of wanted, more T-Rex. The T-Rex is there for like one chapter and it disappears. Yeah, if I was a kid and I got this book, I'd want a lot more dinosaurs. But yeah, overall, the Deadly Past was pretty decent. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I still think that's pretty good for a Spooksville book. I don't think it's my favorite, nowhere near my favorite. It's probably like the bottom 3, I would say, if I had to guess. But just kind of looking back. But it was fun. I love the chapters with Ann Templeton and Adam, and I also love the chapter with like Cindy and her revealing that her and Adam are together or whatever. So that was pretty cool. And the T-Rex eating a troll was pretty awesome. But yeah, other than that, this was kind of a lower tier book for me in the Spooksville series. Not a bad one by any means, but just not one of my favorites. Yeah, again, 4 out of 5 stars for me, guys. Please let me know in the comments below. Is this one of your favorite Spooksville books? What is your favorite Spooksville books? Personally, I'm really excited to read, not the next book, but the next 2 after that. Because after that, there is one called Creature and the Teacher, which is like a back-to-school type. I'm probably going to put that in my August TBR, God willing. And there's another one that is a Halloween type book, I think. And it's called The Evil House, I think. So those 2 I do look forward to reading. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Please let me know in the comments below. What did you think about The Deadly Past if you've read it? If you haven't, let me know what your favorite Spooksville book is. What are some good recommendations for these books? I'm reading them in order, but I do want to hear your thoughts. So thank you. Bye-bye.